All right, good morning. Welcome to Sunday service for March 3rd, 2024. Oh my goodness. I'm Reverend Kim Taylor. I first just wanted to talk about a couple things. We had our tea yesterday and it was very successful. We absolutely loved it. From the ones that I talked to who were doing this service, everybody just had a very powerful day. So thank you very much. Things like that are what keeps St. Bridget's open. That's how we pay rent. We don't, and all of us who, I guess, worked, just so everybody knows, we do that all of our free will, volunteer. Not a single one of us takes a penny. Same thing with us as ministers. Everything we do is all volunteer. So every cent that you give to us is just purely to keep the doors open, and we absolutely appreciate it. So we don't have an event quite booked yet for the next little bit, but we do have Reverend Jill is having the tarot reading workshop. I think it's the 16th and 17th of March. It's very close to being sold out, if not already. So I think we might have one or two spots left. We have one left. Okay. I'm getting that there's like one spot left. So anyhow, we will, that is, if you are wanting to do that, please sign up. And then on April 20th and 20th and 21st, whatever the weekend is, Reverend Richard and Debbie will be doing the psychic development. And from there, you can decide whether or not you want to sit in circle. As I was talking to people yesterday, if you feel any kind of questions about what's going on, about your life, anything like that, it's a really good thing to take, because you don't have to become a medium, you don't have to, start doing whatever, but just for your own, to finally realize and listen to your own intuition, it's an absolutely amazing base to get to, okay? And I can tell you from my experience, it'll change your life, because you can actually have that and know what you can do yourself. So what else do we got? St. Bridget's we have a pantry, so it's Bridget's Pantry, and we've had some very generous donors who have given us gift cards. So if you require anything, we've got gift cards for Superstore and Walmart. I think mostly they're Superstore right now. And so if you do require, somebody, please have them contact us and we will get them the gift card somehow. As well, if you are in a position to donate, we do appreciate that as well. So, and again, we request that they're $25 denominations and they're either Walmart or Superstore, so people can actually get something for the money that's there, because it's getting really, really hard to make your dollar, stretch. So those are anything you can do. We've just had such amazing donors, and please don't ever feel like, oh, well, somebody else deserves it more. If you need it, please just let us know. There's no judgment. We've all been there and we've all struggled, and we've especially struggled to ever ask for help. So please, and this was something that was yesterday that I kept getting when I was doing my readings: ask for help. People are there to give you help. All right. So today I'm going to read from the Silver Birch series, Light from Silver Birch. And Silver Birch is the guide that we do a lot of work with here at St. Bridget's, because it's the one that's, I guess, fits in our heart the most. So I'm just going to do a reading from this, and it's your path to fulfillment. Also, a lot of what my readings were about yesterday. How can you live a happier, more fulfilling life? Silver Birch lights the way of eternal progress with this advice. We are all the channels of the Great Spirit. It is a privilege to serve. There is no religion higher than service. Service is the true coin of spirit. It is noble to serve. To serve is to enrich the lives of others and your own. To serve is to bring comfort to those who think that there is nothing left for them in your world. It is in service that we find inner peace, tranquility, and repose. It is in service that we obtain steadfastness that enables us to have complete confidence in the overruling power to strive to get closer and closer to the Great Spirit. The summit of all attainment is the Great White Spirit, the infinite power of love and the wisdom that has devised the boundless universe in which we live and was brought into being through natural laws which ensure that everything and everybody come within their framework. Nothing exists apart from the Great Spirit. Therefore, the Great Spirit is all. The Great Spirit is responsible for every phase of life in whatever aspect it manifests, large or small, complex or simple. It exists because Spirit has given it motivation. You cannot separate yourself from the Great Spirit because the Great Spirit is immanent in all creation. Whatever people say, it cannot alter the fact that the Great Spirit is in us all. The Great Spirit is all, and all is the Great Spirit. And I just want to say, with the 7 principles, we refer to God, but you can refer to Great Spirit. You can replace this with Creator. You can replace this with Divine Source. Whatever sits with you. Okay, it's just in here they're calling it the Great Spirit. So, Great Spirit doesn't resonate with you. Whatever, just replace it with whatever's sitting with you.
In words, she always used the word.
Yes, but I'm just so people don't feel. Yeah. Nobody and nothing is higher than the Great White Spirit. The infinite creator, the supreme arbiter, whose love and wisdom are responsible for the majestic universe and whose perfect intelligence devised all the natural laws which encompass every manifestation of being, majestically mighty or microscopically minute, and has been a provision for all and everything that exists. So perfect is the operation of these natural laws that nothing and nobody can be outside the scope. Nothing and nobody can be too small, be neglected, overlooked, or forgotten by that supreme power which has ensured that everyone has access to the divine font. This is because a portion of the Great Spirit is within everybody, and everything that moves and lives and has its being. We exist because the Great Spirit has breathed into each of us a portion of divinity, and that is the link that binds us all to the Great Spirit and to one another. There is no power on earth or in the world beyond that can sever that link, and because of it, we have access to the infinite storehouse of wisdom, truth, and revelation. The power of life, the Spirit, is in all and everybody. It is seen at its highest in the vast human family, and all of whom can contain a portion of the divinity that links them from the eternity not only to the Great Spirit, but to one another. This link is part of an unbreakable chain. We, with longer experience than all of you ever cease to wonder at the divine wisdom which has devised the entire scheme of boundless life. We express our gratitude for the constant flow of truth, wisdom, and inspiration that has always extended the boundaries of our minds and give us an increasing awareness of who and what we truly are. The power that resides within each one of us, the gifts in which we have each been bestowed, and we should utilize them in service of those who are unaware of the richness of the Spirit that could be theirs, the relationship to one another and to the Great Spirit. The natural laws have also arranged that at all times we are united with the divine architect who breathed life into each one of us and thus created the bond that nothing on earth or in the worlds beyond can ever break. The power of love guides and directs a sublime scheme to ensure that for all time there will be harmony and the means available for all who are ready to receive the influx of wisdom, power, truth, and inspiration. Moreover, we can each be instruments of that sublime power that streams from the source of all being and brings in its train that tremendous beneficence that enriches all human life in your world, enables the sick to be healed, mourners to be comforted, the weary to obtain strength, and guidance given to those who have lost their way. We are all gifted with talents which we can develop to be used in the service of those unfortunates who do not share the priceless knowledge which we have obtained. Our task is to become even better instruments through whom this majestic divine power can flow and bring in its train all the benefits that are freely offered to those capable of receiving them. The foundation of knowledge should be your base to enable to withstand all the storms and tempests of earthly life, to be unshaken no matter what happens. Let your faith help where your knowledge cannot take you. That's really hard. That's a really hard one. We pride ourselves that when we come back, we will win you by love and reason. We will not dictate to you. We will not ask you to do certain things. We will do them of your own free will. If anything we say from our life cannot pass the bar of your reason and makes it revolt, if it insults your intelligence, just reject it. We have to appeal not to the lowest, but to the highest within you, so that you will give your cooperation and allegiance because you desire to do so. You will find that you will be helped in your own sphere of activity, in your own daily work, and you'll reach the other conditions where you can render service. I hope I can render some service to you. You may not realize it, but you're being led along a path that could ultimately bring you mental and spiritual richness, which you have not so far enjoyed. I appreciate the problems that arise in your minds and the questions that inevitably you want to ask, but let me say that the only abiding reality in the whole universe is the Spirit. Matter, by its very nature, is transient. It has no permanence in the form that is physically manifested. Anything material only exists because it is given life by the Spirit. It is the Spirit which is the dynamic, the vivifying power that enables you and everyone else in your world to live. When the Spirit withdraws, matter crumbles. Your body returns to dust, but you, the Spirit, continue on your eternal path of progress. You are not bodies with spirits. You are spirits with bodies. The real you is not the countenance you behold in the mirror. That is only part of your physical apparatus, a complex machinery that the Spirit has to use to express itself in your world. The Spirit is superior to matter. Spirit is the king. Matter is the servant. You will find that if you pursue this quest, that your perspective and focus will change. You will begin to understand why you are on earth, what it is that you have to achieve to fill your true self. If you are endowed with any gift, no matter what its form, you should develop it so that others can be served and enlightened. You have to remember that you are imperfect beings living in an imperfect world. If the Great Spirit wanted you to be perfect, you would not have been placed on earth. You have the choice, the free will, and this is as to how you utilize your gifts, the powers and talents in which you've been endowed. Strive to make the will of the Great Spirit your will, to be in tune with the divine power, to feel free, to feel the arms of love around you, to know that the mantle of protection is on your shoulders, to have no fear that tomorrow will bring. Rejoice at the opportunities of service that are provided to you. Do not allow dismay or fear to affect a lodgment within your being. Fear is the child of ignorance. Knowledge should always drive out fear. You have access to the mightiest power in the universe. It is more majestic than any power known in your physical world. It is the supreme power. You can allow it to stream through you and perform its beneficent work. We are grateful for the fact that the supreme power of the Spirit is able to flow through an increasingly number of human earthly channels, spreading it and comforting mourners, healing the sick, guiding those who have lost their way and think there is no way for them to ever find the answers to their problems. There's one thing I want to say. Is it here? All right. So there was a question. I have doubts sometimes whether I will be able to live up to what is expected of me. We spend our lives reassuring people, yet we doubt sometimes. Silver Birch says. I think he's kind of funny, actually. He says, your name is not Thomas. You should not doubt. Blessed are those who have seen and heard. Theirs is the great privilege of having insight and glimpses into the wondrous life that is around and about to serve them. It is filled with beings whose desire is only to serve, who want nothing for themselves but to seek to help people who feel helpless. That is the task on which we are all engaged. So, all right, so that's, I thought that was kind of, so many people just wonder what's going on, you know, how they can achieve these, and so many people not only feel that they can't achieve it, you know, that there's just no possible way, you know, so there's putting those blocks. So I just felt that I needed to read from this today. So for those who are online, thank you for joining us today. If you do want to participate in the conversation, you need to be here. So thank you very much. We will have service. Actually, yes. So I just want everybody to know, we're going to have service in person on March 10th. However, on March 17th, we will not be having in-person service. Reverend Jill will be doing her tarot workshop, so she's going to be utilizing the space. So we're going to have that March 17th online. So especially for certain people, maybe even like Reverend Richard, you don't have to worry about coming here. You can, you know, we can do service online, and then you can head off to have a few at the pub. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.